Hey guys, I wanted to read you another book. This one is called Onward. I've never seen this movie, so I don't know what's gonna happen. Have you seen it? I just got off of work and I came home and Dana was really excited and she jumped down the stairs and now she's eating a pig ear, so you might be able to hear her eating her snack in the background. She's very loud. Maybe too loud. Okay, here we go. Long ago, the world was full of wonder. Unicorns soared through the sky. Merfolk frolicked in the oceans, and centaurs raced through the forest. Everyone used magic to make their lives easier, but in time, technology took over, and slowly, magic faded away. Now, in the town of New Mushroomton, life was ordinary. A teenage elf named Ian Lightfoot lived there with his mom, Laurel, and his older brother, Barley, and their pet dragon, Blazy. On Ian's 16th birthday, Laurel gave him a special gift that changed everything. Ian's father, who had passed away before Ian was born, had left it for him. It was a wizard's staff and a phoenix gem and a spell that could bring his father back to life. Ian had always wanted to meet his dad more than anything, and now he would have a chance. Look at that. That's their lizard Blazy. Isn't he cute? Hee hee. Barley thought he was an expert at magic. He tried to conjure their father over and over again, but nothing worked. When Ian tried, the boy's father slowly began to appear, and the brothers couldn't believe it. Ian, not Barley, had the gift of magic. That's their dad's feet coming in from the wizard staff. Then something went wrong. The phoenix gem exploded before Ian finished the spell. All that appeared of their father was his legs. The brothers had to act fast. Their dad would disappear forever at sunset the next day. They jumped into Barley's van, Guinevere, to set off on a quest to find another phoenix gem. They arrived at the Manticore's tavern. Barley believed that the legendary Manticore, known for her life of danger and risk, would give them a map to another gem. With their dad in disguise, the group entered the tavern. So the legs only appeared, and then over here, that's the dad's legs, and they put a disguise on top to make it look like a real person. But it can't even stand up straight because it's fake. They entered the tavern and saw it was no longer a place of adventure and danger. It was a fun family restaurant. And the boys found that the Manticore and asked for the map to the Phoenix Gem. She refused, telling them that the journey was far too risky. And she offered them a children's menu instead, since it was based on her map. Ian pointed out to the Manticore that she wasn't the daring creature she used to be. And the Manticore realized the truth in his words, and enraged, she began to destroy parts of the tavern, and her map was destroyed too. As the building crumbled around them, Ian used magic to save their dad from a falling beam. That's the Manticore. Kind of looks like Beast from Beauty and the Beast, but it's a girl. Without a map, Ian and Barley decided to follow the children's menu and go to a place called Raven's Point. On the way there, Guinevere ran out of gas, and Ian tried to use magic to make the gas can bigger, but he shrank Barley instead. At a nearby gas station, the boys accidentally angered a motorcycle club of sprites called the Pixie Dusters. The Pixie Dusters, I like that. And the sprites chased them. The trio ran to the van. Ian was afraid to drive, but with Barley's help, he weaved and swerved all over the highway, leaving the Pixie Dusters behind. Ah, look how little Barley is. Hee hee. Then the police pulled the van over. The brothers tricked them by using magic to disguise themselves as their mom's boyfriend, Officer Colt Bronco. After the boys got away, they began to argue. Ian was worried about wasting time, and Barley wanted Ian to listen to his ideas. All of a sudden, their dad started dancing and got the boys to join in. The legs are dancing. It's funny. Ian finally agreed to do the things Barley's way, so they left the highway and drove down an ancient road called the Path of Peril. It led to a cliff, overlooking a bottomless pit. And the only way to get across was with magic. With Barley's encouragement, Ian made it to the other side, and he lowered a bridge for everyone to cross. There's the legs dancing right there. Suddenly, the police, including the real Officer Colt Bronco, were on their tail. Barley had to sacrifice Guinevere to buy some time to get away, and he placed a rock on the van's gas pedal and watched as she crashed into some rocks, blocking the road. And they continued on foot and realized they needed to follow the path the ravens were pointing out. And they found one statue, which pointed to another statue, which finally led them to a river flowing into a dark cave. Dana's ringing her doggy doorbell to go outside and go potty, so I'm gonna have to get to the end of this pretty quick. With magic, Ian created a cheese puff boat so that they could speed along the river. Barley said he regretted not saying goodbye to their dad before he died. And that's when he decided he'd never be scared again. At the end of the tunnel, the trio came to a set of stairs and an ancient archway. They ran to safety, dodging some dangerous traps. The giant cheese puff. It looks like a jelly bean to me. They finally reached the end of their quest, only to find themselves right back in New Mushroomton. Ian was angry that he had trusted Barley. He stormed off with their dad, and they were almost out of time. Alone with his thoughts, Ian realized that everything he wanted to do with his dad, he'd already done with Barley. His older brother had always been there for him. Meanwhile, Phoenix had found the Phoenix gem, but he had also awakened a curse. And Ian returned and saw his high school transformed into a dragon. Just then, the Manticore and Laurel swooped in. They had teamed up to help the boys while they fought the dragon. Ian tried to bring back the rest of his dad. They're almost there. They got his whole body, almost the shoulders and everything. But before long, the dragon charged at Ian and Barley. Ian wanted to give Barley his last chance to say goodbye to their dad. Using magic, he sent the Manticore's sword, the cursed crusher, deep into the monster's core, defeating it once and for all. Rocks and rubble fell all around Ian. He watched from afar as Barley and their dad, now in full form, talked and laughed together. The two shared a final embrace before their father disappeared into thin air. They're hugging right there, Barley and the dad. And when the brothers reunited, Barley told Ian that their dad was very proud of them, and he had asked Barley to give Ian a big, loving hug. And Ian smiled, even though he hadn't met his dad. The quest had brought him closer to Barley. He knew he could always depend on his big brother. There's the brothers, about to hug. The end. Love you guys.